Hi everyone, it's Tammy at Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back for another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. I hope everyone is doing great today. Sorry, I hit my little button on the side and it was trying to understand what I was saying. Oh my goodness. Okay. So today I have picked a over-the-page envelope belly band, and it is by ToniCreates on YouTube. And if you click the link, it does take you to her YouTube video on how she makes these. And she said she was inspired by Scrapbooking with Me and by Gail Augustinelli, two different makes that they made. One of them was an over-the-page belly band, and the other one was an envelope. And so she kind of put the two ideas together to come up with a over-the-page envelope belly band. So that is what I'm going to do today. I've got two different versions. We probably won't get through both of them, but I just wanted to prepare both of them just in case. One is just a standard business window envelope that I have trimmed down to be the width of a belly, what I would want my belly band to be. And it has the window on the bottom right, like you're mailing something out, like a check or something that's going to show through here. It was one that I had gotten from where I used to work. We changed our logo, and so we had some envelopes left that had the old logo on it, and I had a couple of those in my stash. So that's this one. This one is a return envelope, and you can see it has this pretty blue color, nothing on the inside, so it's nice and plain. And this one would be like for if somebody sent you a bill or something and you return, the stub in your check in it. So it's smaller. This one only measures 7 inches long, and where this one measures about 8 3/4. So that's the difference. And I think either one of them would work in any kind of journal. Obviously, this one, if you have a journal that's smaller than just a regular 8.5 by 11 folded in half, you might have to make some adjustments up here at the top, or your part that sticks out the top is going to be, quite a bit bigger. But, and then this one, of course, is not going to go over the whole entire page. It's not going to fit the whole length. And I'll show you what I mean. In my new journal that I'm working on, this is my one that I just finished the cover and putting the pages in and everything. I have not embellished it, and that's what we're going to make one of these for. But these pages are slightly smaller than 8.5 by 11 because the book cover that I use. So when you put this one on over the page, see, it's going to go almost all the way to the bottom. So you would glue it here and glue it here, unless you want to do a tag shape at the top. Then, it would be sticking up like this a little bit, and you would glue it here and here. And so you wouldn't have a full page belly band. Where this one, if you put it over the page, you would obviously have a, you could angle it and you would have a tab that stuck out the top, which would be okay as well. I would like either one. You don't want to trim it down at the bottom because you're going to lose, that's small anyway. But you could definitely, put a tag topper on it and have it hang out and it not hang out too much and actually look kind of cool. Alright, so we are going to do the blue one first and hope that we can get this one done. Oh, and by the way, the name of this journal is Nina, and it is inspired by my aunt who used to work at a shirt factory. And the story behind this one is going to be she works at the shirt factory, but she aspires to be a fashion designer, so she is learning everything that she can learn about sewing and fashion and making her own patterns and stuff like that. And so it's got some fabrics in here that look like or papers that look like fabric. There's lots of sewing manual stuff in here. There's these really cool digital paper that looks like patterns. So you can see all these instructions. And then I'm going to be using what I had left over of my, sorry, I'm trying to see what I did with my stack of stuff for my vintage patterns, if I can find them. I just had them. There we go. These, so I've got some patterns and I've got some old vintage ephemera from sewing magazines and things like that. So they're all pretty fashionable kind of little things like these. So that's what I'm going to be using in this journal. And I've already kind of started fussy cutting some out. So yeah, that's that one. Alright, so let's get back to covering this. I took out some just pieces of scrapbook paper that kind of match the colors that are on the inside. And again, look like, like this is just coffee dyed paper. It's scrapbook paper. This is what it looks like this one right here. So you can see the difference when you coffee dye it, but it's just scrapbook paper. So I took out some colors that kind of match, what's going on. I don't want to get too matchy-matchy, but on the same lines. I don't want to be something way out there. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of collage around this and give it, that's almost perfect. And that was purely accidental. Kind of a look of all different fabrics put together on here. And then we will go from there to see, I think what will end up happening on the inside is I'll end up making a journal card. So that one of the pattern girls, like this is already mounted on some cardstock, and so that when I make a journal card out of it, that one of the little fashion people will show in the window. I think it's how I'll end up with a journal card, but we'll worry about the card later. Right now, I just want to get the envelope done. So, for this one, we need to decide, do we want to put that angle at the top and make it look like a tag? And I think I do, just simply because that's going to give it a little more character. And I know it's going to take some of the top and make it a little shorter on my journal page, but I don't mind that. But I'm going to go ahead and decoupage around it first, if I can get my thoughts together here. So, I'm debating whether to use that, because I have that in the journal. I may just use this. And I'm not going to worry about that pocket if it's perfect around the pocket, because you're not going to see the pocket from the other side or anything like that. And because this is a nice blue envelope, you're not going to have just white envelope showing, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Okay, so I hope everybody is having a good day. Did I say that already? It's beautiful weather here today. It's going to be like 77 degrees or something like that. Is that not crazy? That's crazy even for us at this time of year. But I'll take it. It's beautiful and sunshiny. Obviously, I can't put that down straight. Alright, and like I said, I'm just going to work with the different little scrapbook pieces I have, and I'm going to trim that straight with my trimmer, because I will never be able to get that straight with scissors. It may not even be worth it by the time I do it. Yeah, I saw that little piece in my box and I was like, what in the world would you keep that? And it is just too small for anything, just about. But you know, that's what we do, right? I'm gonna get them all glued down and then we'll trim around it. No. That one's not quite wide enough. I really want to keep this ticking for the other side, because it's going to have one big long piece. Let's do do that one. May not have enough pulled out here. And I think I said decoupage around the envelope, but I meant collage, obviously. I just can't speak. Again, this is from Toni, T-O-N-I, Creates on YouTube. Okay. So what are you guys working on? Are you working on journals? I don't have any journals in my shop right now. You all have been so good to me. I've got to get to work. Keep me busy, and I love it. I'm just going down my list of ideas. The next one that I am going to prepare, because I like to work on more than one at a time, is going to be kind of a vintage school journal, and it is going to be based on someone that was a child in the Appalachian Mountains and had the good fortune of being able to go to get out of the mountains and go to get an education. And she has decided to come back to the area to teach other children. And so it is obviously going to be like a vintage, we'll have a vintage school stuff in it. School stuff. It's a technical term. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you know I like to make up stories for my journals. I think that makes them a lot more fun to work in. And it kind of gives myself storyline and a place to go with them. Alright, so there is it covered. So I'm going to trim that. And then we'll grunge it up a little bit. I can go ahead and cover the back as well. And the thing about the back is, because you don't have an envelope, you have a bigger surface to decorate. And for the other side of the page, alright, so do I want this or this? I think this. I have a little brighter colors in this one than I normally do. I'm going to move my iPad out of the way. I don't think I need it. But it is getting to be springtime. I'm in the mood for some more joyful colors. And those papers just remind me of the just little flowery dresses, you know, that they wore back in that time period. Okay, I'll trim that off. And I put that on the exact opposite way that I said I was going to. That's okay. We can work with it that way too. Okay, now let's cut our angle at the top. And she didn't put a hole in the top of hers, but I think I am so that it looks like an actual tag. I think I may do this with, I was going to hand cut it, but I think I'm going to do it with my crocodile. Or just so I can make sure it's nice and even, plus I know it'll go through. I say that and it leaves it hanging, but it's because if I look, this is full. It needs to be emptied. It took me a long time to even know that there was a place that you could empty those little corners out. But you see that little reservoir? It fills up. And it never dawned on me that those were not coming out of there when I was chomping the corners. Such a dodo brain sometimes. But anyway, it gets too full, and then it doesn't want to cut cleanly. There we go. Slide my grip back on there. It's coming off. Okay, now let's try that one again. Now I don't want to, doesn't want to snip it off because I bent it. Okay. So, I'm not going to worry about putting anything back here because I think that looks fine. If it was one of the ones that had the security stuff on the inside, excuse me, I would probably, you know, take a piece of paper in there. But I think the blue looks fine. Now I'm going to poke the hole in it. And put a hole reinforcer on it. Maybe. Oh, pff. I was like, where are they? Oh, duh. They're right there in front of you. Let's do one of these really light ones. And all I did for these is I just took them like one page at a time, and I put different colors of ink on them, you know, with my little dauber thingy, just so I'd have a variety of colors that I could pick from. Okay, so now let's do some inking. For this particular journal, I am inking with Fred Burlap because I think it matches the digitals the best. So that's what I've been using for the pages and stuff. And do some nice inking around the edges. To glue down that edge right there. Alright, and I think I'll put a few splatters. Alright, now do we want to put something out here to decorate other than, there's another corner I missed. I know on this side, which I should have inked when I was doing the other, on this side I think I'm going to use one of my little fussy cut pattern pieces. Let's see what we got. We'll do this side first. Should have decided this ahead of time. That would have been way too easy. Maybe her. We've got her. I thought I had a piece of I've got these two little ones too. They're probably too wide. Yeah, I don't want to cut their little hands off. That wouldn't be cool. Well, I can't find what I'm looking for, guys. I think I like this one the best. I like her hat. We could put a piece of fabric. That's Kathy Holden. No. This is... Ooh, this would be good because this is actually... This is actually a denim shirt. Too matchy. Probably. I'm definitely going to use some of this, though. We want a piece of lace. I don't mind that. And then maybe put something with writing behind it. Got this Montgomery Ward replica catalog with some fabrics. Advertisement for a sewing machine. Sewing machines, safe delivery guaranteed. Sewing machines and baby carriages. Okay, let's rip that down. Yep. That'll work. I'm not going to ink the catalog piece because I want it to blend in. I don't want it to stand out. It's not our focal point here. Probably take some more of that off, but it's definitely not going to let me tear it. About broke my fingers trying to tear that one piece off. I've covered up my scissors now, guys. Where are you? There they are. I threw them in my basket. Okay, now I'm gonna ink her. Although I don't know that it will show up. I'm not worried about it showing up on the surface as much as I want to get the white edges where I backed her with cardstock covered. Alright, so we'll put this down. And I'll probably stitch around this, but I'm gonna not do that on camera. I'll do it after we're done. I still can't just run over there and do it yet. have to go really kind of slow. Not super slow, but slower than what I would be going if I was sewing fabric. Probably should have used Fabri-Tac on that. Ah, see how fragile that is? Ripped her feet off. I must not have had enough glue down there. May have to take a no, it's back together good enough. I was like, I may have to take a label or something and put across that, but I think it's all right. But I do think I'm going to have to put Fabri-Tac. Might as well go ahead and do it. She's not gluing to my background there at all. Where I was working on my cover yesterday, of course, was using Fabri-Tac, you know, to glue all the fabric on the cover. I had it all over me, and it took me forever to get it off my fingers. All right, now she's down. Okay, so there is that side. I'm going to leave it like that for now until I figure out what page I'm going to put it on. Then I may decide I want to add something else. And then on this side, of course, the journaling card would be just a more plain, probably something with a pattern on the front. And to bring in a little bit of color. But like I said, until I decide what page, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to put a few little splatters on this side too. I don't know if you can even call that splatters. It's more like little age spots. Okay, now on this side, I feel like I'm going to do something here, but I don't know what at this point. So I think I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'm going to go sew around the edges, so when you see the photo at the end of the video, it's going to be sewn around the edges with brown thread. I am using brown thread in this journal. You can see that I actually did stitching on here. I did a stitch around here and again around the outside, and then I also did a little zigzag stitch on this piece of feed sack cloth that I put on there. Sorry, my voice sounds so shaky. And then this is just Sorry Silken Lace that I tied to the signature strings with some buttons. I thought that was kind of cute on there. And this one has 4 signatures. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to filling it up. So, that's that, and I think that'll look cute. Let's see what it looks like on the page. If we get one of these plainer pages like this, then it's going to fit over the page like that. And then you could either leave it like that if you didn't want for it to be a belly band, because you could just, you know, put something else in that window and it could be just, you know, a tag that goes over the top of the page. Or if you want it to be a belly band, you could, you know, glue it here and here. If you want that tab to stick up, just raise it up to where you want it and then glue here and here, and your tab will stick out the top and look pretty cool. And then here's the back side. Same thing. So yeah, I like that idea. Thank you, Tony, for sharing. I like it very much. And I think I'll do the other longer one too to use one of the other signatures. I might do one for each signature. If I can find that many envelopes. I'm getting kind of low on window envelopes. But I could also, I think I have in one of the digitals I have from Amy at Crafty Cat, she has number 10 envelope covers in hers that you can use as envelopes as well. So I might print some of those out if I can't find what I'm looking for. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys back tomorrow for, speaking of Amy, the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 4, and until then, everybody have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.